Whew. See, y'all gotta learn, man. And I'm not about to keep going over this same process, right? So, another person who I've been teaching got arrested. And it's for the same thing that I told him to avoid. This is what y'all don't understand, right? He want to travel without license registration in the state of Florida, right? And he want to, claim he's traveling, exercising his constitutional rights. And that might sound legit, right? But it doesn't work when you have contracts within the state and you contractually giving the state consent amongst every stop that they encounter you with, right? So a friend of mine is a non-citizen national, got the passport and everything like that. He got arrested. No license, no registrations or nothing. But what keep pulling him in the jurisdiction is the address that they have on file. Anytime you tell the police that you live in this certain address, they gain jurisdiction. If you have any licenses within the state and you have not surrendered it, they gain jurisdiction. You can read the statutes in the state of Florida, 48.193, and it's going to tell you how the state of Florida and the courts within the state gain jurisdiction over subjects. Now, me personally, every time I get in contact with the police, nothing happened because I know what to do and know what not to do. I drive around with guns. I drive around with no license plates, nothing. No license or nothing in the state of Florida. I have no legal ties within the state of Florida, but I own a corporation, and I kept that corporation separate from me. So y'all got to understand one thing: you can't keep contracting with the state and want to be sovereign citizens, state citizen, non-citizen nationals, and those who claim themselves to be Moors. It doesn't work like that. Either you in or you out. You contract with these people, and you have to follow their rules and regulations. That's how it works. You can't be a constitutionalist one minute, and then the next minute you want to be a United States citizen. It doesn't work like that. Because every time you get pulled over by the police, that is a new time where they can try to get you to consent to the jurisdiction. He have an open pending case and wanted to exercise his rights. He just caught the case for the same crime, and they're driving on a suspended license. He hasn't surrendered the license. His case is fresh, so all they're going to do is pull up the file. And once they pull up the file, they can see the citation. And the citation has his address on it. Ooh, it don't work like that. So many of y'all who want to practice, this stuff that y'all see on YouTube, you have to understand contracts. That's what y'all not understanding. Because the legal ties to that state is what gives them jurisdiction over you. They ain't got jurisdiction over me. It don't work like that. Because I know how the game go. And so let me show y'all this, right? I'm going to read the Florida statute to you. Contractual waiver of personal jurisdiction under Florida statute 685.102. This is showing you that every state that gained jurisdiction over you is because of contraction, like a contract that you made with them. So if you make a contract with the state, you lose your rights. You lose your right to bear arms. You lose your right to travel. You lose your right to do anything that you want to do in the private because you are playing in a public affair. Anything that's public, you keep it in the public. Anything that's private, you keep it in the private. So my right to bear arms has nothing to do with a license. My right to travel had nothing to do with a license. I separate that 1,000%. And that's why people have to understand that before you decide that you want to exercise your rights. I made the video before. I said, do not challenge jurisdiction, get out of it. And the way you get out of jurisdiction by cutting legal ties from the state. And when you cut legal ties from the state have no more personal jurisdiction over you. They have no jurisdiction. And they telling you this. Let's read Florida statute 48.192. Let's read it, y'all. Let's read it. We can read it. They telling y'all this. Let me find it right here. Let me show y'all. Look, finna read it right here. Look, now y'all see this, right? Oh shit. Hate this monetize thing. Look. So look, let's read it. Acts subjecting, hold on, Florida Statute 48.193 acts that are subjecting persons to the jurisdiction of courts. This is the state legislative, the statutory code website, right? A person, whether or not a citizen or resident of the state, who personally or through an agent does any of the facts enumerated in this subsection, thereby submits himself or herself, if he or she is a natural person, his or her personal representative, to the jurisdiction of the court of state for any of the cause of action arises from the following acts. So it's telling you whether you are a U.S. citizen, whether you are a non-citizen national, whether you claim to be a fictitious person, or whether you claim to be a natural person, you are subject if you perform any of these acts. Operating, conducting, engaging in, or carrying on a business or business ventures in the state, or having an office or agency within the state, right? Committing a violent act within the state that relates to the injured party. Owning, using, possessing, or holding a mortgage or other lien on any real property within the state. Because if you have a mortgage in the state, what happened is you giving that state jurisdiction because the deed is registered to the state. If you want your house to be in the private within the state, you get a damn allodial title. So if you want to be sovereign, y'all got to know how to live in the private. You got to separate yourself from the state and the federal courts. You got to separate yourself from the police jurisdiction. It don't work like that. I don't know what the hell videos y'all been watching. I don't know what the hell what somebody else told y'all. It don't work like that. I don't care what the Moors tell y'all. If you contract with the state, your ass going to jail. If you contract anything with the state, your ass going to jail. Now, if you want to be a non-citizen national and you want to follow this route the right way, you can be a free man. You can do what you want to do. You can live however you want to live because they do not own you. They own you when you contract. The contract makes law. Especially these are administrative courts. Administrative courts only operate off contracts. So when y'all go to court, say, oh, I'm challenging jurisdiction. It doesn't work like that. You challenging something they already established because you agreed to it, right? And I understand it's silent contracts. And that's why you guys got to set up these consultations, talk to me, so I can teach y'all about these silent contracts. And when I was telling him, this is the sad thing about it. He was on board with everything as far as he understand how the route goes. But the woman he's with not on route. His own girlfriend gave them jurisdiction over him, but she didn't know. It's an honest mistake, but she didn't know because he didn't tell her nothing. If you ask my wife right now, the police came to my wife and said, "Where do you guys live at?" She gonna tell you the United States of America Republic. If they ask her for a social security number, she won't say nothing. If they ask her anything to try to get her into their jurisdiction, she's not gonna answer it. So when that stuff pop up on the background check, this is what pop up on the background check, right? Now, this is what you guys need to know. Okay, now this is what pop up on the background check. Law enforcement, sensitive information. Do not detain or arrest this individual based off this notice. Do not advise this individual that they may be a person or of national security interest. Now, they do this as a ladder to mislead the officer on why you might have a gun, why you might have a legal substance or whatever, right? Now, this is the loophole. The police is trying to gain jurisdiction because they don't have the jurisdiction directly over you, right? At that particular time, they don't have no jurisdiction, so they need to establish it. So they come to you, hey, where do you guys currently reside in? Oh, I live in 441 Pine Hill Crest Street. It's over with. You gave them jurisdiction. What's your social security number? You gave them jurisdiction. You agree to these contracts, you are subject to the jurisdiction. And that's how it is. So don't be crying. Don't be mad at the police. It's not the police's fault that you want to contract with them. When the police, at that situation I was just saying last week, when they wanted to make the arrest, the police gave me that damn passport back and walked out with a sad damn face. And I had guns in the car and everything. And guess what happened? He can't do shit. Because I'm really a sovereign man. A sovereign man lives sovereign. A sovereign man did not contract with the state. Nor does a sovereign man contract with any of these administrative courts. We do not contract. Not at all. So for anybody who want to learn how to live in the private, those who really want to know how to do everything in the private, my bank account's in the private. And when I mean bank accounts in the private, I mean it is not under a social security number. So the IRS cannot just come in my bank account, audit it, and whenever the fuck they feel like it. No. I just put my bank accounts in the private, my other bank account in the private. And it's not really necessarily in the private. It's just in a way it's out of the jurisdiction of me being a U.S. citizen, being subject to a tax liability. That's what I mean. All right, just hit me up, everybody.